Welcome. Happy holidays to everyone. My name is Joanne Hoy, and I am the founder creator of Wholesome Words Live. And I've invited a good friend, Andi Mabana, who is an inspire, encourage, uplift influencer. I think that's the word that they're using these days. And so we're here again and excited to be here. So much is happening. I am excited. All kinds of art stuff is going on, and I'm there. And so this is probably not going to be a long one, but Andi and I went to see Debbie Allen's hot chocolate nutcracker. I think, Andi, was your first time, right?
It was my first time and I really enjoyed it. I loved how it was integrated with Black history. There was stomp, there was tap, there was some salsa going on. There was all these different types of dances.
From around the world, basically.
Yes. And then I saw what is it called? They're on the what is it called? The pole thing where they're like dingling in the air.
Oh, you're talking about with the ribbon of like the scarves and stuff like that.
Yes.
Trapeze. That's about the best I can think of. Yeah.
Like imperial something.
Yeah, they had hoops and stuff like that. They were really very good.
They were
really very good. Very good. Yeah. So so you enjoyed it, Andi?
Of course, yes, I did. I would actually recommend anyone, if they're in the area, to actually go and see it. Well, obviously next year because it's no longer available to you for the weekend, right?
It's usually the first or second week of December. So if you have never experienced a Debbie Allen's production, this is just top notch. And it's nice to see, from little itty bitty, like maybe 4 or 5-year-olds dancing, and then the progression. And she tells the Nutcracker in her version. And so it's not the typical Nutcracker. Of course, that's not what I would expect from Debbie Allen. So creativity is just on point, just amazing what she's done with the story. And it's been out for a while. I followed it when she had it at UCLA, and so and that was many rains ago. Then it went or graduated, I guess we want to call it that, to Dorothy Pavilion Theater in LA. And then I think the pandemic did us all a disservice, but she came back strong, and she was at the Redondo Beach Performing Arts Theater. And Andi and I got there. Thank God we got there early, because we drove into that parking lot, and we were there about an hour before, Andi.
Yeah.
When me and Andi got there, let me tell you,
there was
hardly any parking spaces left.
We had a pack.
I'm thinking for sure 200 kids.
Oh yeah,
in the production, easy. And it may be 3, but just a magnificent. So next year, second weekend, keep your eye out for it. It is one of her best pieces, and so I've loved Debbie Allen from Fame and maybe before, but just an amazing thing. Yeah.
Well, you know what? You forgot. From all the times that you saw it, it wasn't a real horse, but this time when you got to see it, there was a real horse in it.
Right. I was sharing with Andi in one of the scenes that they had a Shetland pony that came across stage, and I don't remember a Shetland pony in the other production, so that was new to me. So yeah. So they had a real farm animal. Was really cute, really super cute. But Debbie is a master director, choreographer, it's all of what Dada stands for. So yeah, it was really good. So this is the season where I think creatives it's okay to be creative. They're kind of
Mm.
expecting people for the creatives to kind of show out and show what, their gifts and talents, whether it's theater or song or
Spoken word.
spoken word, so it's the season for that. And so that leads me to tomorrow night. I'm excited, super excited. The Artisans Worship Experience Studio G will be having their first Christmas production under the direction of Marquita Heflin. Tullis. If you don't know who she is, you need to keep an eye on her. She is this amazing actress, and it's always kind of been her heart to kind of do something and direct it. And so now she has this opportunity, and I love it. I love it. I simply love it. And we were in rehearsals. Tech rehearsal was Tuesday.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Right. And so, Andy, you're in that. Could you talk a little bit about what your part is?
Of course. So, my kids are actually going to be in it too. I have a daughter and a son. My daughter is 9. Her name's Precious. And I have a son named Lex. He's 5. So we're all going to be shepherds. I'm shepherd 2. I believe she's shepherd 1. And I don't think my son has a number, but he's not going to say anything, but he'll show with the faces, expressions and everything. But, it's going to be really interesting as well as funny. It's, to lighten the mood, not like the traditional Walking with the Shepherds, but something more, I guess, theatrical and intriguing. So just to give you a little insight, the shepherds so it's called Bethlehem's Got Talent.
Don't give it away. You just tell them to come. Don't tell them the story. Make them come.
Okay. I didn't know.
No, that's why I said don't give it away. You gotta come see it.
Okay. Well, the show is called Bethlehem's Got Talent. That is on the flyer, though. It is called Bethlehem's Got Talent. He is. So come out and see it.
Yeah.
Do you know the address?
Do I know the address?
Mm-hmm. Do you know the address off?
It's in Temecula. I don't know it offhand, but it's on Jefferson Avenue.
It's 27715 Jefferson Avenue, Temecula, California 92590.
Yeah, I think it's right behind what we used to call the old Sizzler. I'll just leave it at that. You'll see the lights on. You'll see. It kicks off tomorrow at 5:45. Everyone is invited. I really, the storyline she's written and put a lot of her heart into it to make it entertaining and fun, and yet something that kind of is the reason for the season. So, so come and see, and you'll get to meet and see Andy and her kids. Yeah. So, we're not going to give it away, though. You need to come see it. It is, maybe we'll talk about it next month, but right now, come and support. It's free.
Yeah.
And we're Studio G, which stands for Standing Together Under the Direction and Inspiration of God. We are starting to reach out more into the community and do more things to attract and help those creatives find a place for them to grow and do different things. So, yes, I want to encourage everybody to come, and I think that, that will really, 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 really just, I think everyone's going to be in for a surprise.
Oh, yeah.
Especially, it is hilarious. So, she's put a lot of effort into it. So I'm really proud of her. And so again, tomorrow, Doors open at 5:45. Andy, could you give the address again, please?
Sure. I believe it was 27715 Jefferson Avenue, Temecula, California 92590.
Right. And it's the New Hope Community Church. And you'll find
Right.
that there was a lot of them, but mostly on Jefferson Avenue. Look for that particular address. Yeah. And then, like I said, this is the season for just our Christian creatives to just come alive and share what they're doing. Was it yesterday or the day before? I'm not certain. But for those that have been watching the show for a while, there's this amazing artist that I love with all my heart, and his name is Ronnie Robles. Ronnie is amazing. Simply amazing. And Ronnie, I'm trying to see if, let me see. Okay, this is what I can show. This is Ronnie. This is Ronnie Robles. This young man, oh my gosh, my partner in serious crime all the time. He's a Christian creative genius. That's all. He is skilled in spoken word. He writes poetry. He's a muralist. He's a visual artist, just extraordinary. I was trying to see if I had any of his works with me. Let me see if I have anything from Mr. Person. He is amazing. I'm not seeing anything right now, but
he wrote books too, right?
Huh?
He wrote books too, right? He's
he doesn't. He not yet.
Oh, okay.
He is the artist in the book. So yeah. So he's quite talented. Anyway, I received a text from him, and there's this thing about Bethlehem this year, but it's Bethlehem hip hop musical. Oh. And it's tomorrow night. Tomorrow night and Sunday afternoon, I think. I'm trying to see if there's a Sunday night one, but it's Saturday night and then Sunday matinee at 2:00 in Altadena. So you can look up Bethlehem hip hop musical. I know they've been selling tickets and stuff, and so Ronnie is the artistic director, so he is probably making the designs for the murals and maybe the backdrops and working with the kids. I think it's at an middle school, a charter middle school. Anyway, I am excited. It's probably going to be amazing. Ronnie is extremely talented, so I'm looking forward to seeing and seeing his level of artistry come alive on the stage. So super excited again. So if you didn't see Debbie Allen, next year watch for the second week in December, and tickets go really, really quick. So start looking for the tickets to drop like in September or something like that, because they're real good seats and you want to see it. Sometimes seeing stuff with your binoculars is nice, but when you feel like you can reach out and touch these, and oh my gosh, it was so good. And then of course our first annual Studio G Bethlehem's Got Talent, where Andy is a shepherd along with her 2 children. Yes. You have to come see about the shepherd's talent and Bethlehem's Got Talent. Tomorrow, doors open at 5:45 p.m. in Temecula at the New Hope Community Church in Temecula off of Jefferson Avenue. Opens again, like I said, at 5:45, and that should be pretty interesting. I will say this though, if you are looking to share your gifts or talent, it is kind of an open mic, so feel free to join if you want to share something within the theme of Christmas. We look forward to you. And then starting in January, we're back to our normal wholesome words open mic, even though it doesn't even seem like we moved too much from it, but it should be really, really, really interesting. And then on Saturday or Sunday, depending on your time and your dime, as I like to say, um, Bethlehem Hip Hop Musical in Altadena, California, near Pasadena. And there's two performances, but if you look up the Bethlehem Hip Hop Musical, you will see the information for the tickets. It's just an amazing time. I am super excited to see the work. And again, this is usually the time where Christian creatives and creatives are like, yes, do your magic or help us do this, that, the other. And then that's after the first of the year, and maybe depending on or getting ready for Resurrection Sunday. Yeah, those are the only kind of times of the years where you can come out unless you have church anniversary or something like that. But I like to celebrate Christian creatives 24, 12 months a year, because we're always doing something amazing. So, Andi, do you have something that you want to share?
Sure, like a poem or just talking about tomorrow?
Poem. No, we can talk about what you got. What you got for tomorrow?
Okay.
Without giving it away.
So I will be reciting this tomorrow. I'll actually do two poems, but this poem, it's called Being Aware That Jesus is Always With Me. Yes.
Okay. You ready?
And breathe. Okay. Yes. So be blessed and enjoy. There are times in my life where I've noticed a big variation. Whenever circumstances would arrive, there was a clear correlation. I was not aware that Jesus was always there by my side. My life would be unbearable at times when I cried. However, when I was aware that Jesus was always there, Jesus would give me joy to cope with my worries as he continued to provide. Day by day, when I make a conscious decision, no matter what the day may bring, I have to choose my position to either focus on my problems or on Jesus, who already knows the depiction of my life. You see, before I start my day, Jesus has already gone before me as well as with me to order my footsteps along the way. When storms come into my life, I must follow the example of Peter, who walked on water. Even during the storm, Peter chose not to dwell on the problem. Instead, he was aware that Jesus was right there on the water. Peter got out of his comfort zone, which was the boat, and he didn't care about the circumstances around him. With little faith, Peter stepped out of the boat to go to Jesus, realizing his awareness that Jesus was right there. Peter started to walk on water, not knowing what his body was doing. His mind was fixated on Jesus, and soon his problems from the storm started to fade away. But the moment Peter took his mind off of Jesus, he became afraid. He began to look around at the storm at bay, and before he knew it, Peter had sunk halfway. As Peter noticed he was about to drown, he reached out to Jesus, pleading for help as he cried, thrashing around. You see, when life struggles come my way, I must stay calm and focus on Jesus all day. When I am aware of the presence of Jesus that surrounds me, no matter what troubles I face, Jesus will always give me peace to set my pace. I can guarantee that Jesus will not allow my problems to be too overwhelming for me. Instead, he will give me joy to strengthen my abilities as I cope through each storm of possibilities.
Wow. Wow. And that is so true. I think that, especially for this time of year,
Yeah.
I think that it's such a volatile, but could be a very moving time of year when family comes together, and some people are, fixated sometimes on the wrong thing. And I think that your poem that you used about Peter, he lost who who had asked him to come out of the boat, and even being brave enough to come out of the boat, he lost that eye connection. And once that was gone, everything seemed to just be insurmountable. But even when it seems insurmountable, Jesus, have no fear, I'm here.
Right.
And I think even as everyday life, we forget those things. We go through things and we forget that he's right by our side, and
Yeah.
he's right there for us to say, oh my gosh, God, I need help with this, that, or the other. And I think that your poem really lends towards taking a moment and thinking about your situation, regardless of what it was. Some are it's a very hard year. I know it's a hard year for me. This is not my favorite time of the year. I miss my parents. I miss my family. And so being reminded that he's always there is comforting. It is comforting. So if you're out there and you're feeling like, oh my gosh, it's this time of the year, you're not alone. But we stand together in hope, knowing that if we just talk, we can definitely share what God is doing and how he's taking care of. So find some friends, and my favorite thing is I love to go to the beach, and I listen to the waves. Sometimes they just spin me some nice poetry, and I'll just sit and listen, and it's kind of relaxing. So I'm excited about that. So thank you so much for sharing that, Andy. That was really very good.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Thank you. Yep. Yeah. So I just wanted to come on and just thank God for this year. It's been 12 months. This makes year 2 or 3, or I think three
Yeah.
years of wholesome words. And there's been some amazing times in my life, and hopefully we've been able to share and encourage other creatives. I'm still there if you want to, just kind of just try something. Where I'm always available. You can hit me up on Facebook Messenger, and I'll be happy to help as much as possible. As you know, I have another another gig, Wholesome Words Unsung, and that's at least once a month at the New Hope Community Church in Temecula off of Jefferson. And I can't say 1 month is the same as the other.
Nope.
It's just been, I can't even describe it. It's like you gotta be there.
Astronomical.
I would love to say it's just this one thing, but it's not. It's God just comes in, and those that have something he manifests in so many different ways. But I'm just grateful for this time and grateful for the opportunity to continue to, you know, give insight of what a Christian creative does. And so, and that's all I have. Audie, what do you have?
I would say encouragement, for anyone, just like Joanne was saying, anyone who wants to share their talents, whatever it might be, whether you're a muralist, right?
A muralist. Yes, he does
Muralist.
murals and street art. He's very talented.
Yeah, or spoken word artists, or even doing drawing or singing. Wholesome Words Live is a wonderful and gracious platform for anyone, any age. You don't have to be a certain age to be on this beautiful show. Miss Joanne is very gracious, very generous to allow her show to be open to anyone who's willing to get out of their comfort zone. Which brings me back to the poem, because Peter's comfort zone was the boat, but he got out of his comfort zone.
Good point.
You see that?
Yeah, but he was daring enough. When you think about it, it was like an unbelievable moment where you hear Peter kind of questioning himself, but questioning God, if God, that is you.
Right.
So he got the big IF there. So he wasn't really sure, but he was willing to just close his eyes and say, Lord, if that's you, IF, then let me come to you.
Right.
And he said, Peter, come on. So he took that leap. He wasn't really sure what was going to happen. And then I guess just the circle, I don't know, for me, I would probably be like going, I cannot believe I'm doing this. Wait,
right.
What the heck is happening? And it probably was a massive, wave for Peter. It could have just been, a little splash. And I was like,
Exactly.
So Peter just took a leap of faith. He didn't have all the answers. He didn't know how it was going to be possible. And he even used the word if. If goes both ways. It could be an if yes and if so, kind of like maybe so and maybe no. But Jesus said, come. And that's what he's telling all of us. That's a good point, Auntie, that he left the boat, which was safe. Well, not really, because, too much was going on. But at least from their understanding, the boat was normal.
Right.
But for you to get out the boat and not sink or not, he did get out of his comfort zone with an if.
Right. Yeah.
We all live in ifs.
We do.
Yeah.
But Jesus wants us to get out of that comfort zone so that we can grow and be able to learn what he wants us to teach us, so that we can live a fearless life. Because if you live like a life without taking risk, what kind of life is that? We're supposed to live as though, you know what? I forgot to say this. I wanted to give a testimony. So when I was, so my sister's here too. I picked her up from LAX, and I almost could have got killed, actually.
Oh,
I was at the stoplight, right? I was running late to pick her up, and she was like, oh, it's actually a good idea that you're running late, because it works out time-wise. You'll meet me up where I am. And so I was like, cool. And so when I was stopping at the stoplight, I was looking down at my phone, waiting for the light to turn green. And I was going to write in, texting her, won't he do it? Saying, you see, God, won't he do it? I look up and I see the light is green. So I go slowly, making a left turn. Once I make a left turn, phew, a car goes past me in the middle of the intersection. It ran a red light, like literally seconds. passing my car to where I had to stop in the middle of the intersection. I could have died that day. I was like, what in the world? But God, he covered me. So I definitely wanted to give God praise on that, because I could not, I would not be here where I am today. I would have been gone.
Thank you,
Gone.
Jesus.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's a good point. Sometimes we just, and again, I kind of go back to that. It's this time of the year where people are, like in the hustle and bustle of doing
Mhm.
things that they just forget.
Yeah. They're focused on the problem.
And
Oh,
for
I need
some,
it.
it's not a problem. It's like, I got to get here. I got to
Yeah.
get
I don't want
that.
to be late
I
for
should,
the
yeah, I
flight.
don't want to be late, or I'm already late. And so those times do make a difference. But an excellent point that, God will take care of you. God will take care of you.
And he took care of Peter because he was fixated on Jesus. He didn't have to worry about sinking during that time. His mind was fixated on him because God was carrying him.
There you go.
And covering him too.
There you go. Yeah. And so that's what this time of the season's going to do for all of us. Again, I'm just really grateful for this year, all the twists and turns and developments. And for me, folks, there's been some twists and turns, and I'm still like going, oh my gosh, God, thank you so much for what you've done. And even this opportunity, once again, just to come on and to encourage. And I'm just grateful. Andi, what are you grateful for? And then we're going to close.
I'm grateful to be alive. I really am. I'm grateful
that.
to be alive today, because I could have not been here on last Wednesday. So I'm definitely grateful to be alive. I'm grateful to have this opportunity to be on your show and help you, support you, continue to encourage everyone that watches your show to get out of your comfort zone and allow God to use you for his glory, because God has given us all gifts and we need to use those gifts, because if we don't, he'll take them away and give it to someone who will use them.
Yeah.
So
Thanks
blessed,
for that. Thanks for that inspiration, Andi.
Yeah.
Thank you. And hopefully everyone's 2024, inspire, encourage, uplift as, something that Andi created. And so, think of ways that, you can do it. And I know it's scary. I don't take that for granted. And so if you want to kind of come and see what wholesome words unsung looks like, to kind of get your feet kind of thing, because a lot of people's like, you just get there and you just do it. And I'm like, it wasn't always like that. And I can tell you it wasn't always like that for Andi, but I'm here to help and guide the way for you to work in the gifts and talents that God has given you. And so I don't have anything else. I see my good friend, Miss Marilyn Angela Mooring, is on.
Oh, hi.
Yeah, she's talking about somebody talented and don't know it.
What does she do?
Well, she's a pastor of a church, and she can sing, and she's an amazing writer.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's my buddy, my partner.
She needs to get on your show and start singing.
Good to see you, Miss Marilyn. She says, this is what she says. Be blessed, my sisters. Yeah, she's done all kinds of, she's open. But she'll sit there and say, I don't know what I'm doing. I just Joanne,
Yeah?
It's good to see you too. Good to see you too. Yeah.
Good to see you too.
Yeah. So she's a mess. I love her dearly. And she knows it. So welcome, Marilyn.
Yes.
Other than that, I don't have anything. Andi, thank you so much for your support this year. You've grown expeditionally in different ways. If you've never seen Andi live, her poems that she shares on this live is nothing in comparison to when she's at Wholesome Words Unsung. So tomorrow night, if you're in town and you're looking, it might be televised. I'm
Really?
not sure, but it might be televised. And so, yeah, I think last month it was televised. Yes, last month it was televised. New Hope Community Church in Temecula, they televised. They did a Facebook Live for us. So yep. So I don't have anything else. Again, thank you, Andy, for your willingness to always support and to just keep it alive. And so I look forward to 2024 and see, we'll recap what happened tomorrow night. Boop, boop, boop.
Yes.
Bethlehem's Got Talent and Shepherd 1, 2, and 3, and sometimes 4, which is Mr. Lex, and let you know how that was. But it looks like it's going to be exciting, and so I look forward to it. So until next year, everyone, please have a very Merry Christmas. Have a happy Kwanzaa if you celebrate it. And if you did Hanukkah, happy Hanukkah. And a very happy new year. And we will see you in 2024, if you can believe that. 2024. So thank you again. We love you. We appreciate you. And we bless you. Good night, everybody.
Good night.